We come back, score a run, score another run. Second and third with 2 outs. Our number 4 hitter is up. Strikes out on a changeup down. We lost. We lost 8-7. That, yes and no. Yes, because it was a great game and and you want to win. But no, because that was the quarterfinals. We got home. So post-game meeting, get to the car, drive home. We got home at 7 o'clock at night. We had left at 6 a.m. If we had won that game, we would have played again.
Oh.
And if we had won that game, we would have played again. So the finals finished, I believe, about 10 p.m. on a Sunday night for 12-year-olds. Yep. And all the teams that were in at the end didn't have to play at 8 a.m. But we came in 6th in our pool, 6th in our 17 pool on Saturday, because the 7 teams, it was the 7 best teams in the tournament, were all in the same pool. And so we lost twice and won once, which really wasn't too bad for us. And then we didn't get a bad draw. Well, we got a so-so draw. But of the final 4, of the final 8, 7 of them were from our pool. So all 7 of ours were in the final 8. So,
Well, was she happy?
no, she dropped the fly ball.
She was like, okay,
So-
what's the fly ball?
And then the coach pulled her out of the game because she dropped the fly ball in the middle of the inning. It was harsh.
So basically, it's like.
I've coached a lot at a lot of different levels for a long time. I have never done or seen somebody yank somebody off the field for making an error in the middle of an inning. Never seen it happen.
This is why I run cross country.
But Katie's dealing with it pretty well. Anyway, good morning, everybody. So anyway, I'm tired. Katie's now sick.
Oh.
She has practice tonight. And we told her, if I have to come pick you up from school, you can't go to practice at night. It's reasonable and logical. And she has school games tomorrow and Wednesday,
Oh.
where she is the starting pitcher.
Ouch.
There's only one problem. She doesn't pitch.
How does that work?
How did she get the starting pitch?
Why is she the starting?
Yeah, what?
Because nobody else can even hint at throwing the ball over the plate. Whereas she can throw about 3 out of 10 strikes, I would say.
Oh, like when they throw it at the person. That's kind
Well,
of,
it's-
not kind of
Except
hard.
it's softball, so it's not like baseball.
I used to
Baseball,
pitch. Yeah,
okay,
in softball,
you have a
they
catch
throw
in
underhand.
baseball, right? You throw the ball.
They do it
Okay?
underhand.
If you pitch in baseball, you throw the ball. It's the same thing.
That would make my shoulder
But in
like pop out
softball,
of
it's
its
totally
socket.
different.
Oh yeah, no. After like, I like to pitch.
Anyway, good morning, everybody.
I had a
Happy Monday.
pitching award on
Happy
my
Monday.
team.
Who was not here Friday?
Congratulations, you get to receive your math review for the final.
Hmm?
Okay, guys, wait, I can't tell all of our stories. It's broke. Sometimes if you reset
I know that somebody else is going to say that they want to hear it. I'm going to get it. Okay. Exam review.
Yes.
Answers to the exam review.
Answers to exam review.
Okay.
I'm not the one.
Worked out
Without
answers.
answers to the exam review.
Okay.
I stapled the whole thing together and almost broke the stapler on Friday.
All right. Do you realize? Probably not. That as soon as this class ends, we have 10 days of classes left,
I'm
followed by grades and
afraid.
exams. In fact, let's put that up here right now. Right now, we're
My
at
teachers
11.
are doing this.
And then after class, we'll change it to 10.
Wait, I'm confused.
11 days of classes.
3 days of finals.
3 days of exams.
Oh.
And then
That's not even 2 weeks. That's kind of
plus
scary.
weeks off.
It should be longer.
Exams start 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah. Fun.
Just reminding you all.
Yeah.
2 weeks from tomorrow, exams start. 2 weeks from Thursday, exams end in this room.
I'm gonna do the thing in High School Musical where I throw all of my papers in the air, dance around on the desk.
And then the final exam review at the end of the year when you need to have all of those papers.
Not the final exam review, just the other papers, the ones I don't need.
Just empty papers, just so you can do it.
Yeah.
I'll bring a stack.
Homework.
That I didn't do because I didn't have a video to look at.
My apologies. I honestly thought you would be like, "Where's my video?"
Oh, I was ready to. I'm just like, calm down. We'll pester her later.
Were you sick?
Yeah. And then as soon as my voice came back on Saturday, I lost it again because I was screaming while playing Guitar Hero aggressively.
Honestly.
I didn't do any of the word problems. I stopped at 73.
I didn't do any of the problems.
First one.
Have you
I
guys
thought I
ever
did.
aggressively played Guitar Hero?
No.
Oh,
All right, let's see.
the best thing to do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4.
Because I think I stopped when the equations started.
Okay, homework, where do we start? Not fair. You know why it's not fair?
Yeah, that I
Because
looked at that one.
That one's
Yes.
it's correct.
I could be wrong,
They just put it in fraction form, but it's the
but
same.
I'm going to guess that the majority of people, if not everybody, who has a question on 65,
Got it right.
looked at it
Oh.
and said, I don't know what to do. And then stopped and didn't try it. That's what I'm going to guess.
I did it.
Am I incorrect?
Yes. But you said majority, right? Oh wait, never mind. You're correct.
How many people truly tried 65? Here's what I would like you to do,
I figured
because
out.
I'm not doing 65.
That was a mess.
I'm going to write 65 on the board. Is it J?
Yes.
J equals 0 to infinity of 2 times 0.1 to J. That's correct, right? Okay. I would like you to find the first two terms. Go.
What is that?
You just plug it in. So n equals 1. So 2 times n, 2 times 1 is 2, and then minus 1. And you just keep on going to get 6.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Question. What is that?
Sigma.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna understand. Like anything today if we review over that. Wait. Oh wait, no. We might learn something new today.
We probably will. So basically, you do. This is n.
You're gonna have to watch the video.
You sub it into there, and you do that 8 times. And you move this up.
No, you don't do it 8 times. You do it till you get to
Until
8.
you do it till you get to 8. Yeah.
He'll do it. He'll do it.
I'll start uploading the video.
You haven't started uploading it?
Okay, have we gotten the first two terms yet?
I don't know how to do this. I was not here Thursday or Friday. And she just started uploading the video.
I have to check it
Started
because
uploading the video?
I had my headphones on for the first part of class.
Uh-oh. So when I yelled at people who missed class on Friday for not watching the video, it wasn't fair of me to yell at them?
No,
Probably.
because someone did that.
Because it took me like 3 days to upload the last one.
Yeah, and you should have as soon as that. You could upload 2 videos at the same time. Do you know how YouTube works?
Oh, I can hear myself singing in the background.
It's okay. Wait,
Can you hear him?
Can I hear? Yeah. It's fine. It wasn't like. Oh shoot.
I was gonna be like, sorry for shoddy audio quality.
Oh wait, oops, don't press upload. Stop glitching.
Do you know how to cancel upload?
No, delete it.
No,
Delete it.
delete it.
Yeah.
Delete, make go away. Delete.
Wait, why are you deleting it?
Cause
What was the first term? 2. What was the second term? Point 2. Questions on how you get those two terms?
instead of title.
No. So is it fair to say that getting the first term and getting the second term was not that hard? Is that fair? Okay. So you're telling me that the first term was 2. It's summation, so plus. And the second term is 0.2. What's the third term?
0.02.
0.02?
Yeah.
Because 0.1 to the second is 0.01 times 2 would be 0.02. Huh. What do you think the next term is?
30th.
Today's the 3rd, right? So no.
It was the 30th.
0.1 to the third. So in this case, when it's 0.1 to a power, what does the power kind of tell us?
How many zeros?
Yeah, how many decimal places? Right? So all it does every time is add a decimal place. So the next one would be 0.002. Okay, so and we know that this is going to continue. And are we okay with the pattern that's coming here?
Yes.
Okay. What's 2 plus 0.2?
2.2.
What's 2.2 plus 0.02?
2.2. 2.2.
So what's our answer?
2.2.
Yeah.
Yep, that's my guess. But they got
Back of the book, I think, turned it into a fraction. I think
Yeah.
they said it's
Yeah.
20
That
over 9. I don't care. 2.2 repeating is fine here. Am I allowed to be a little grumpy if my sense is that most people just looked at it and said, I don't know how to do it, so I'm not going to do it? If that, and like I said, I could be wrong. Maybe I misinterpreted, but in the other classes this morning, that's kind of what happened. Is that, okay, questions on the homework, 65. Okay, tell me what you did for 65. Well, I didn't know what to do. I mean, you know how this works, right? You can put in the 0 for the first term, and then you can put in the 1 for the second term. You may not know what's going to happen, and I know you look at that and you say, it goes to infinity. Well, I can't go to infinity. Well, of course not. You think they expect you to do it to infinity? You know what I'm saying here? So, if it looks like there's an insane amount of work, most likely there's not. And most likely there's something there that's going to make it a little bit easier. Now, another fine point that I've heard, which I also know is true, there's an example in the section that's almost exactly like this, which is why I gave you that one. Okay? But it can't be on me to go over every single problem that you're going to do. Okay? If there's stuff that you have trouble with, right? How many of you are using your book for homework? Okay. If you have your book there and you don't know what to do, most likely somewhere in the section there is a worked out example for you. Okay? I'm going to give you in class, I'm going to give you as much as I can. Fair? We don't typically have a whole heck of a lot of time at the end of class. You know, we haven't wasted a lot of time during class, usually. But I can't get to everything. And so either, not trying to be a jerk, either try to figure it out yourself, you know, try something, see what happens. Persevere. Either try something and see what happens, or go to the book and see if there's an example and follow along with that. 95 at least % of the time, one of those two things is going to work. Fair? So, try to not come in with the, well, you didn't go over one of these in class. You guys are the brilliant ones here. Okay, you are. You may think so, you may not think so, but you are. All right, you are our stars. So, go with it. Take a look. Go with your instincts. Try some things. Look in the book. Do all these things. Okay? Because 10 years from now, your boss isn't going to say, okay, I want you to do this project. Now I'm going to show you how to do each part of it. Right? What's he going to say? What's she going to say? Whoever your boss is. She's going to say, here's this project, it's due by then. And if you don't know what to do, what are you going to do? Figure it out. Look it up online. Talk to your teammates. If you're in a deep pickle, that's an old school. Yeah. Not that old school. But, okay. Ask your boss and say, I am really. But if you ask your boss every single time you have a question, what's your boss going to think? Yeah, you got to be able to figure some of this stuff out. This is why we're giving you $100,000 a year here. You will. You're not understanding. You guys are the future. You're the leaders. You're not. When you graduate from college, you're not getting jobs at McDonald's, and unless you're a corporate executive for McDonald's. Okay? That's what you guys are going to do. So what we have to do here, what I have to help you do, is help you to put yourselves into a position where you can figure this out yourself. Okay? You're the people that are going to set up life for my retirement years. And I want the world to be good when I retire. So I got to help you guys be in a position where you can make decisions and get answers and do all that stuff without saying, I don't know what to do. Yeah. You're not supposed to be ready right now. That's the whole idea. Huh? Oh, you're talking about the world? Yeah. That's why we need you. Yeah. Everywhere. Not just here, but other countries, everything. We need you. We need you. Yeah, you. Well, yeah. Nobody can do it by themselves. But what we have to do, and this is what we're all about here, and I'm rambling a little bit, but this is what I get psyched about. Okay? We need to find the best of the best of the best. Well, at Mountain Point, where is the best of the best of the best? Right here. Right here. Okay? You guys are our best. Okay? And then you're going to graduate from here and you're going to leave here and you're going to go to college. And who are you going to get to know? The best of the best of the best from the other schools. And together we're going to get the best of the best of the best from all of the schools. And you're our leaders. And you're the people who are going to develop things and create things and manage things and direct things and stuff like that. You're not the people who are going to flip the burgers. People might be flipping burgers now, that's fine. But 10 years from now, fair to say that's not your goal?
Yeah, 23.
That's why we're this way here. Anyway, that took too long, I'm sorry. But that's
That just encourages me right now. Like, I am
good. Good. Okay. Other homework questions? Other homework questions? You're still allowed to ask questions, that's okay. But you know what I'm getting at. No others?
70.
already know what the answer is. Yeah. Right, you found it in the back.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of.
But you know some of this stuff. Does it stop at 6?
Yeah, done. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's infinite.
It's infinite? Okay. So, n equals, what do you want to start? Start at 1. Why 1?
I take 0.
Because it starts at 1, it's the first term. Should be pretty good there. To infinity. Okay. Don't worry at all about signs at this point. Tell me about each individual term.
You're going up by 1.
It's just increasing by 1. Kind of like this will be increasing by 1.
So just,
Yes?
Yes.
So we just put n here,
yeah.
okay? Because if this is n, then when n is 1, we get 1, and then 2, and then 3, just like we have up here. So the only other thing we need to deal with is the signs. Do you remember how what we talked about the other day about if the signs change all the time?
Negative 2 sign.
Yeah, times -1 to the n. Right? Right?
Yeah.
Now, the question that we ask ourselves here is, does this work for the first term? Why not?
Because it's positive.
Yeah, the first term's positive, but when n is 1, this would be negative.
So,
So all
n
we do
equals
is
0.
this.
Could you do n equals 0?
Change that to 0.
Yeah, but then we can't just have n.
Yeah.
Then it would have to be n plus 1. And that's fine too. There are multiple solutions for every one of these. So come test time, if you don't put what I put, I have to check and see if yours still works. So if you went 0 to infinity and did -1 to the n, that's all good.
And then I did plus.
But that has to be n plus 1.
Oh.
Right, because the first term has to be 1. And if you have n equals 0, then the first term would be 0. Although adding 0, so it's the same answer. Could argue that. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. But anyway, if you go 0, change that to n plus 1, you're good. Yes, sir?
So, can we have a different answer than what's in the back of the book?
It does not necessarily mean you're wrong. Okay? In this stuff, when we're creating sequences, when we're creating sigma notations, there are going to be multiple answers for sure. So, either like if you can plug in your n's and you're still getting the terms that were in the series, then I figure you're probably okay. Well, I'm right here,
No.
and your tests are back there. Well, I told you I'd have them done by spring break, right?
Yeah.
I continue to go with that.
Don't answer.
Yeah, this is where I am, like before 5.
I know where you are. You're right there. See, so we're good. Any other homework questions? Okay. A reminder, if you have makeups by this Friday, letters no later than next Friday. It appears that I most likely will not be in school this Thursday. Wow. Kind of makes me feel good. I apologize. It's not something.
Weird, it's hard for me to.
I understand.
Learn.
I understand that. Made me feel good. Why did it make me feel good, or why am I? Oh, because I don't like school. No, I'm just kidding. I have something for Lizzie. I have to do. All my days off are always for my kids. I thought about doing something on Thursday and Friday. Any golfers in here? They have the national final round of the qualifying school for people to get onto the PGA Tour. And it's this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right at Whirlwind, right down the road. And they asked me to volunteer to do some things for it, to be a walking scorer for them. And I've done it before. I did it at a PGA tournament a number of years ago. So I was like, maybe I will. No, I can't do that.
Wait, so you're like the good scorer? Like, you're just like
I can score.
Well, in that case, I'd be walking with the groups and just keeping track of their scores and stuff like that. Telling them how to hit shots.
You're always doing like the scoring thing, like for the thing that you went to.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Like the stats and stuff like that. Yeah, this is a little different, but I'm not doing it, unfortunately, because I just couldn't. Anyway, all right. Last week, one of the days, we talked about arithmetic sequences. Do you remember anything about arithmetic sequences? If you add the same number to get from one term to the next. Yep. Everything you guys just said was good, was accurate, but you know that we're looking to be more precise. We're looking to construct viable arguments and things like that. We're looking to speak more mathematically, I guess would be a way of phrasing it. So that's why I kind of hesitated. You know, like people said, well, we got to add. Okay, let's just be a little bit more loquacious. That's a good word for me. Not 100% sure I used it entirely correctly, but it was in the ballpark. So arithmetic sequences are when we add or subtract the same number every time to get from one term to the next. Okay. For arithmetic sequences, there is a formula to get each term. Do you remember what we call each term? A sub n. Yeah, good. So we have formulas to find a sub n. Okay? And we're going to have that in a couple of different types of sequences. Today's entire class is arithmetic sequences. Okay? And here's the formula to find the nth term. In other words, to find a sub n. A sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. The only thing that you guys don't know at this point is d. Now go back to what you told me an arithmetic sequence was. It's when you add the same number to each term to get from term to term. Okay. D is what you add. D is what you add. D is actually called the common difference. How'd it go, by the way? Cool.
They did really good.
That's awesome. I heard the Yom one.
Wait, for what?
Yeah. You know where? You know what math class Viom took last year? You got it. All the champs. See? The best of the best of the best. Not just in math.
I got a lot.
He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. All right, I'm sorry. D is the common difference. So, let's say that we have a sequence that looks something like this. 13, 9, 5, 1, etc. Can we find the equation for the nth term? In other words, a sub n. So,
Someone grab that.
what do we write? A sub n equals a sub 1 is 13 plus n minus 1, because we don't know n, that's the whole idea. Whatever is there goes there. And then what is d? Why negative? Because it's going down, it's getting lower each time. Okay? So d is negative 4. a method to always find D. You can always find D by taking a term and subtracting the term before it. It doesn't matter, if you know it's arithmetic, it makes no difference whatsoever which terms you take. Like if you did 9 minus 13, you'd get -4. If you did 1 minus 5, you'd get... So it doesn't matter which terms you use. Take a term and subtract the term before it, and that gets you your D. We're not going to leave it like this. We're going to crank it out. So help me clean this up a little bit. Minus 4n plus 4. So a sub n equals -4n plus 17. There you go. You found a sub n. Could you now find the 50th term?
Yes.
Yep. What is the 50th term?
Wow.
Could be.
-200 plus 7.
DD has it, but he won't say it.
Oh,
No, your name.
Oh, right.
I think.
I thought so.
He goes for looking for D.
Okay.
David Dom. That's you. Okay. And I heard you had it, but you didn't say it. What is it?
-183.
Negative 183. So the 50th term would be negative 183, which I believe is a whole heck of a lot easier than going 13, 9, 5, 1, negative 3, negative 7, negative 11, 7. Just my thing. Okay, we okay there? Questions there?
No.
You will be asked, you will be given a sequence.
It's fine. You can take
What is this?
Here is my question. Is this an arithmetic sequence?
Yes, it is.
Now, a reminder, when you are asked a question like that, don't go with your first instinct. Take a minute. It's okay if you take 20 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever, to figure out if this is an arithmetic sequence. It's okay. It's not a bad thing. But then get it right. Is this an arithmetic sequence?
Yes.
How did you find that out?
Because you're adding one.
Okay, so some people said because you're adding the same thing. So those